Dave Palumbo with an RX Muscle news update. Cedric McMillan has been extended a special invite to the Mr. Olympia competition. There's an article that has been posted on NPC News Online, and they have just indicated that Cedric has been extended a special invite. Obviously, Cedric is a guy who's been serving in the military for his, probably his whole life. I believe he's still on reserve duty, and I know that he had some maneuvers that he was, engaging in where they have to. I mean, they march miles and miles and miles, and he's one of the guys the drill sergeants who puts these guys through the maneuvers. But he's also in the field for hours and hours a day, and it was going on this summer. And he really, he knew he wanted to do another show, according to the statement that he made for NBC News, and he just didn't have the time to prepare for it. So at the last minute, Luke Sando, who jumped in the Tampa Pro this past weekend and placed second behind Dexter, he wound up getting that last, I guess you could say, Olympia qualification based on points. And that pushed Cedric out of the points standings, and he wasn't going to be able to do the Olympia because of this. Now, I know Cedric had to be preparing for the Olympia. So Cedric sent a letter requesting a special invite to Jim Manion, the president of the IFBB Pro League, explaining that, the extenuating circumstances of the fact that he couldn't prepare properly for the show because of his duties, to the U.S. military. Obviously, Cedric's a U.S. military guy in very good standing. He's not just a guy who served for 4 years. He's a guy who's a career military guy. And I think it was a good move by the IFBB and Jim Manion to extend that special invite, especially in lieu of the fact that Cedric has earned his stripes, literally, no pun intended. He won the Arnold Classic, that year where he gave that tremendous acceptance speech. He's won a whole host of, pro shows, including the New York Pro. His one problem has been the Olympia. He never seems to nail it at the Olympia, but any other show he goes to, he seems to really dominate. And this is a guy who's been in the sport for a while now. He's a veteran. If anyone deserves to be on that Olympia stage, it's certainly Cedric McMillan, and it would certainly make things interesting. Now, you can't just hand out, obviously, special invites without there being a reason to give it out. Obviously, a person like Kevin Levrone or Flex Wheeler are legends in our sport, Hall of Famers. I think if you're a Hall of Fame member, I think you should be able to go to the Olympia if you want to make a comeback. But Cedric, has been doing this for so long, and he's in the military, and he had a really good excuse. And remember, it's not like he didn't compete this year. He missed by like a point or so in the point standing going to the Olympia. So I think that was a really good move, once again, by the IFBB Pro League to give Cedric that special invite. Now the question remains, who else is going to get one? Will Big Ramy get one? Has Big Ramy earned it? I mean, the guy's won a lot of pro shows, won New York Pro twice. He won a couple Arnold, overseas. Should Big Ramy be given a special invite as well? Does he want one? It seems as though he's training for the event. He looks pretty sucked out in his face to me. He's training hard in the gym. I think that, we might see a special invite being given out to Big Ramy. And that would certainly make the contest way more interesting with Cedric and Ramy in there. But if you give Cedric one, and I understand the military, connection, but Ramy is from, Egypt, and he lives in Kuwait. So, I mean, who knows what he's doing over there? I mean, he certainly has earned his stripes in the sense that he's a top-level competitor. He's been on the Olympia stage several times, but he didn't compete this year. Now, I understand he might have a shoulder issue or whatever the issue was. Is that a good enough excuse to give a special invite out? Well, people have been given special invites like that, for nothing better than we want to see them on the stage. I mean, Paul DeMeo was given a special invite when he won the Nationals back in 1994 by Joe Weider. He didn't even want to do the Olympia. And he did it because, his supplement company at the time, Metrics, wanted him up on that stage. So there are no rules. It's just what the Pro League wants. And obviously they like to have a good reason behind giving out a special invite. I think that Ramy would be a great reason. I mean, I don't think you can really say no to Big Ramy being worthy of being on the Olympia stage. I mean, the guy is worthy of being Mr. Olympia, for that matter. And then, of course, we see Phil Heath training like a demon in the gym, doing his cardio, pushing real hard. Will we see him announce that we'll see him in the Olympia? A lot of people think yes. Now, he doesn't need a special invite because he's Mr. Olympia champion, plus he placed second last year, but it doesn't matter. Once you win the Olympia, you can do the Olympia as many times as you want. You don't need to qualify. Now, obviously, there are deadlines. Now, I'm sure we're past the deadlines, but I have a feeling that the deadlines will be extended once again, for certain guys, especially like a Phil Heath or Kai Green, you know, if Kai ever decided that he wanted to maybe come back and do the show. So I think we're going to see the announcement of a possible Big Ramy special invite being extended, and we might see Phil Heath in the next couple days saying, I'm going in the show as well, which would make the show very exciting, of course, if Phil does jump in. So anyway, that's it for now. Cedric McMillan given the special invite. We will see him at the Mr. Olympia in a few weeks from now. I'm Dave Palumbo with an RX Muscle News Update.